Morning, everyone. Here are some of my thoughts of the week. So a big thing to understand is just because you become good at a drill, and I know some people don't like the word drill, but it is what it is. We all know what a drill is. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to transfer to your full bowling. So the key is to understand that sort of skill stability drills, impulse, back foot, front foot, delivery, anchor points, are motor skill. So that's not motor performance. So motor performance is when it transfers into your game readiness. And it takes time. Not necessarily repetition, but just the quality of your training and the quality of the repetition. And it's sort of respecting the principle of repetition without repetition. So Bernstein's theory of motor learning. We don't want to keep doing the same thing all the time, because when we bowl, every rep is slightly different, whether through environment constraints or organismic or task constraints. So when we're doing these drills, we need to respect the stages of learning. So at the start, so we're holding a position. Say for example, the front foot contact. We're holding the position, and then we progress then to adding some load to it. So sub-max load. Then we need to add some variability to it through aqua bags, perturbations, very different stuff. Maybe some fatigue as well. And then we add intensity through overcoming isometrics, and then we go really heavy with supramax stuff. So the really 1.5 times body weight holds on the Smith's machine or a rack. But then in each of these, this is the key point. And after each of these stages, you need to then blend it. So blending, contrast, complex, superset, whatever terminology you want to use, but you need to make sure that the transfer window is small. So that's why I superset a lot of stuff. So I would do a front foot contact hold, you'd have 10 seconds rest, and then you go to a walk through grooving bowl or whatever. So you need to make it closer to the so that the timing, the speed, the sequencing of a full bowl, but not full bowl itself yet. So that's why Bondarchuk is really good. You got to respect sort of competitive, specific development, specific prep, and general prep, which general prep obviously has nothing to do with bowling. And then, so at the early stages of learning, the specific exercise, for example, is still far away from bowling itself, but it's closer than holding, in simple terms, okay? But then you need to go through the system and trust the process. That's how it works. That's how I can help someone brace their leg within a couple of days, because it's understanding how the brain works. So you go from holding to grooving, and then you go from, say, for example, a supramax hold to full bowling. And the more sort of type 1 the athlete, the bowler, the easier it is for them to transfer the skill, transfer of training. So it's really important you understand that just because you can hold an anchor point, or just because you become good at an anchor point, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to transfer to your bowling. You have to be that bit in the middle. That transfer window is really important. Otherwise, it's like doing a bicep curl and expecting it to improve your squat. They're two different things. So please understand that and hope it helps.